It's me, Richard, in my place. I'm just not setting anything up. I'm just recording from photo booth on the thing. But I realized that, I got the new MacBook Air last few months ago, November, and the built-in camera is like HD, so it's quality as anything else I use, and it's so easy to use. Click and boom. Don't have to do the transfers or cables or SD cards or anything like that. Just came back from a place. I walked by it the other night. It's called the Sauna, and it's just a few hundred meters away. This one soy over. Soy is street in Thai, and it's cool. So it's a pool bar restaurant and sauna. So they've got the pool, they got the bar, restaurant. They have a dry sauna, a spacious dry sauna, spacious steam room, jacuzzi, large jacuzzi, and large cold dip. Not super cold, probably about 16, 17, so that would be like, in around 60 degrees. About 60 degrees, I think. But then they have a basically one of those big plastic coolers that's an ice dip, and that's at 10, which is, you're talking about, 45 to 50. So it's chill. That's chilly. That's like the cold dip in the gym. So anyway, I just went 200 baht, which is somewhere between $5 and $6, and you get a drink with that, like either juice or a coconut. So I had the green coconut. There was special chicken wings for 99 baht, so I had those, and so just sat there and went back and forth between the sauna and the steam room and the cold dip and the ice plunge. So yeah, just kind of this way, that way. It's fun. It's anyway. So what I want to talk about, I had this idea today about phones. I had two things, just to do a quick, or maybe quick, not quick. But anyway, it's like, thinking back, the Jesus phone came out in about, 2007, 2008? This has been a while now. It's been like 15 years. I was like, whoa, think about it. That's been, But, before that, it was, in fact, even iPhone 1.0, Jesus phone, that's what we called it back then, because the world went apeshit, it was like, oh my God, Jesus is coming again. It came out, the first iteration was Edge. So that's just barely above dial-up, really. It's not a lot of data transmission. And then iPhone 3G came out, which is a little bit better, and so all of this confluence with the hardware tech, the transmission data, the bandwidth, and the global propagation of what's like leapfrogging technology. Many countries pretty much just skipped over telephone landlines like we had in America, and they're actually farther ahead of us in terms of data. Thailand, every place I've been outside of the U.S. is better than the U.S. U.S. has the shittiest cell phone reception in the world, probably. It's got to be in the world. And, it's a big place, right? But you go to Western Europe, it's crazy, even in the tunnels, even long tunnels. And this has been that way for hell forever. I was there in 2006, even before Jesus phone, and I had the Palm phone, which was actually pretty cool. And but you had bars all through the big long tunnels, in Italy and Switzerland. The U.S., God, it's so bad. So many places, right? So you have that, and then you have the bandwidth, the connectivity. The connectivity is great here in Thailand. It's so good in Thailand, and it's so cheap that a lot of Thai people, they don't care about Wi-Fi. They have unlimited data on their phone. It costs like under $30 a month. It's like $20 a month, unlimited data, and they can tether it, right? So if some other friend is out of data plan, because that happens. Because so many Thai people, do you know when a Thai person pays a bill? After whatever service is cut off, that's when they pay a bill. So, but so a friend doesn't have, they didn't pay their bill. Well, they can, piggyback on the hotspot, and I can buy, like if I go on a trip, I'll buy when I'm not Wi-Fi, and I've got great Wi-Fi here. It's fiber optic for what is it, $15 a month, and it's 300 megabits per second up and down, unlimited, of course. And the phone I can buy for $5 or $6, about $6. I can buy unlimited data for a month. That's at 2 megabits per second, which is it's good enough for streaming YouTube or video or whatever on a phone. You don't have that much area anyway. So it's very cheap. And this is something I don't think is talked about. I said back when this global COVIDiocy happened, my first take on it was that this is the first time. Now everybody has a phone, so you have mass dissemination of scare the shit out of everybody. It's easy to do. They can instantly scare the fucking shit out of the whole world because of this fucking thing. That's why, mark my words. And I see, these things are destroyers, man. They really are, and especially women and girls. Mark my words. You know why? Women are different than men, right? Now, a woman is, just by nature, is somebody that needs to be supported because she's the one that has kids, right? That requires support outside of herself. So this is built into them. They want to have the kids, and here's another thing: the ones who say, "Oh, I'm so glad I didn't have kids. I followed my career." You know what? That means that they're amongst the most that regret it. Because when people say shit like that, they feel exactly the opposite, and they're lying, projecting. No exceptions. Mark my words on that. So the cunts out there saying the most, "Oh, I'm so glad, and I got abortions, and blah, 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 blah," they're the most regretful. Sorry, I keep banging my table here. Yes. So the women want to have babies. They need support, right? And if they need support, then they need to get their shit together because they've got to have good and adequate support. And this gives them the illusion, the false sense that they have so many fucking options when they don't. Especially when this gets them to do all sorts of stupid fucking shit and they become undesirable, right? I'm telling you, mark my words, it's, face and phone all the fucking time isn't good for anybody, guys either, but it's especially damaging to women, young women and girls. I'm telling you. Okay, number 2, Russians. Now, I found myself in an odd place because I've supported, I've understood why Russia, since day one, has done this with Ukraine, and I very much understand their complaint against the NATO, the U.S.-led NATO and Western Europe, and so I support. But I'll tell you what, there's tons of Russians here in Thailand, tons. Quite a few down in Phuket where I lived, and they're all over the place here in Pattaya. They own businesses. I have my complaints about them because they stick to themselves. They start businesses. And you go to a Russian business, like a Russian restaurant, right? They're in Thailand. They don't have a Thai menu. They don't have a menu in English. It's a Russian menu. It signals nobody but Russians are welcome here, right? It's obvious that they look down on people. But I was thinking about it today. I was over at that sauna, and there's some over there. I've noticed this when I'm around and about, and I'm like, it's striking. I said, maybe they just look down at the West in disgust for good reason. Because you look at Westerners now, and it's so pathetic. I mean, it's actually good. It's actually way better here in Thailand because just the mentality of the person that lives here has it's a bigger health and lifestyle mentality, right? And especially if you're an older dude that's going to be chasing around with young women, 20 somethings, right? Kind of want to put on a decent front in terms of physical appearance. So, but you look at America, Europe, every place else. I mean, it's fucking amazing. And then you look at the Russians here. What do you see? It's a huge percentage of families. I can't believe it. Like, so many of these families, they're like 2, 3, 4 kids. 2, 3, 4 kids, see them all. And guess what? They both look physically fit. The wife is often like super hot. The kids look great, like healthy and awesome. They look like a family looked in 1950s America, 60s America. So maybe they have good reason. They look down and they look and they see. We don't want that cultural depravity, and it is. It's fucking disgusting. It's fucking disgusting, and it makes me laugh. It really kind of makes me laugh. Being an expat here who has given up on America for good reason, I think. Look at the place. They can. You guys, you Americans, you can't even decide what the difference between a girl and a boy is anymore. From the top on down, fucking president doesn't know the difference between a fucking girl and a boy. What a fucked up mess of a country. That's all.